Hello, everybody. It is me, Martinez-Bateman. I am the CEO of New Coyote Consulting. We are a management and consulting firm here in the Pacific Northwest. It's the Monday update. I need to stop calling them the Monday update. They don't come out on Monday anymore. When I was making these by myself, I would record them and then I would post them right away. But now that is not the case. I make these, I put them on YouTube, and then some other stuff happens to them, and then they get posted usually on Thursdays. So it is different. Last week, I told you that I was going to start sticking to my 4 hours a day of working schedule. That was pretty easy last week. Then at the end of the week, things turned up for us, as they always do. I'll get so down in the dumps because things aren't going my way. And then it just takes one little thing to change everything for me. And then I'm fine. So now we actually have a lot more to do going forward, but I still really want to keep to that 4 hours a day. I do not want to burn myself out right now, especially before the last quarter of the year. October, November, and December is usually when we make the most money of the year. That's when we have multiple things going on, multiple campaigns, and I want to make sure that if I do have to work more than 4 hours a day, it is because we have a commensurate income to support me sacrificing my energy in that way. I really believe that just about everything can happen in 4 hours or less of labor for a day. And it's really about getting those systems in place to make things go smoothly, to make things go efficiently. And it's really easy for me to say that from where I sit. We are a small enough organization that I don't have a lot of different inputs changing my day-to-day goals. Me and Kate, who works with me, we just basically get our marching orders on Monday, we go do our jobs, and then the week is over, right? Like, I have a lot of privileges here. I talked about last week, my privilege to only work 4 hours a day. And that is based also on my privilege of having a very small and streamlined organization that centers around two very experienced professionals who don't really need a lot of guidance or management in the ways that we run our shit. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we pay more than other organizations, is so that when we do work with other people, when we do bring people onto the team, we have people who are experienced and people who we don't need to do a lot of not onboarding, but like, we don't really need to check in on people. These people have been doing this for a long time. They know how to do it. They're going to keep doing it that way. You know what I mean? And I understand that that's not how it is everywhere. A lot of different places have a lot more things going on than us. But that's why, like I said last week, we're going to take advantage of this position that we're in, and we're going to use that position to our advantage strategically, and that advantage is going to pass on to our clients and our partners. I feel like I do have a lot more energy, especially now, it's Monday. I just had the weekend. I had a wonderful weekend of like friends and family and community and hobbies. I do feel a lot more energy in my body. And what I want to do with that, which is what, literally just 1 week of sticking to my 4 hour a day goal has got me so much better physically, mentally, exercise wise. It also helped when I had a huge allergy situation on Friday and Saturday, that I wasn't trying to work and like sneeze my face off at the same time. I got to take care of my body. I got to rest. I got to recover. Then on Sunday, when I was still feeling sort of like sleepy and like not wanting to do much, I got to make my own schedule and make my own decisions and stay in the office and work on hobbies and make more videos for my planner. You'll probably see previous to this video, there's like several planner videos, because I did go out and get the newest Hobonichi planner for 2026, which if you see my other videos, that's like my low-key obsession. So being able to spend time with the things that I really care about, spend time just doing things because I want to, following my body's lead, even if my body's lead was like, hey, we're gonna sneeze all day. It just felt like I wasn't trapped. I wasn't trapped at work. I wasn't trapped in projects. I wasn't trapped in situations I can make my own decision. And because of that, I can sort of like really concept a lot better than I've been able to. I can think of solutions. I can think of alternatives. I also just have the energy. And because I'm valuing my own time, because I'm telling my body through this repeated action, you matter, you get to be centered, you are allowed to have needs. You know, like I got my nails done. These are different nails from when last week, right? Like all of these things that are affirming to me in terms of what is it that I care about? What is it that brings me joy? What is it that fuels me? I am able to operate from a space of knowledge that even though I am born, raised, abused, lived, recovered in a system that doesn't value people like me, where I have been told that people like me are not supposed to thrive, are not supposed to be in leadership, are not supposed to have our own opinions and needs, where that is my reality, I can still affirm my own body. And that is a truth that feels truer than any outside messaging I've ever gotten. So when I'm going out into the world and people want me to do work for them for free, despite the fact that they are multi-million-dollar departments and multi-billion-dollar industries, I can say, no, thank you, I'm not going to do that. When I'm going out in the world and people don't believe in my management philosophy, people don't think that the way I do things is profitable, I can just say, okay, cool, well, the data supports me and it doesn't support you, and I can move on. I don't have to prove myself to people who are never going to believe me because of their own prejudices or because of their own internalized homophobia, internalized racism, internalized ableism, internalized capitalism, etc., right? And that is worth so much to me. It's not only worth so much to me in terms of like my own experience and my own value, it is literally worth money because now I can operate in an honest way, to be quite frank. If I'm out here saying that people like me are worth money, if I'm out here saying that addressing our own internalized colonialism and addressing our own internalized racism and white supremacy is a way to be sustainable for the long term, to be successful for the long term, if I don't practice that, if I'm not really centering that in my day-to-day practice, do I really believe then in my own philosophy? And it is very easy when we're dealing with a monoculture to get sort of adrift and think, oh, I have to do more for less. I have to do more with less. Sometimes that is true. We do have to do more with less. And don't just go do more with less. Don't just go under-resource yourself in advance. Don't comply in advance, not only to the current regime's Nazi tactics, but just to anything. Don't comply to scarcity in advance. Don't comply to loss in advance. Figure out what really actually is going away, how to deal with that, and recenter around that, and then go forward. Right? Don't just cut everything off and wonder why you feel so unmotivated. Focus on what the reality is on the ground. And for all of us, that's going to be very different. For each of us, it's going to be so, so, so different. So have a lunch, have a walk, have a weekend. Don't work for free. There is a link to buy a Don't Work for Free t-shirt in the description. Please pick it up. Like I said last time, I have no idea if I'm going to do this a second time. So this may be the only chance you have to get this t-shirt. Is that imposed scarcity? Yeah, but it's also the truth. It was so fiddly to set this up. So that's the real true facts. All right. Bye-bye.